Do you think we're living in a simulation?
I never questioned it until I thought about the glitch thing from the Matrix.
It solidified when I saw it. I was ripped.
The multiversal theory is that when we have those deja vu moments, or when we have those memories that just seem like, oh, where the f did that come from? We might be getting too close. Like, so when it crashes, maybe that's when Mandela, their universe could be where he died at, and our universe is the real thing. That's why we're seeing, thinking we remember that, but it never really happened.
That's dangerous, though.
Yeah.
Because that means the power of thought freed Nelson Mandela. That's how you get on lists.
Hey. Hey guys, welcome back to the show. This is High in the Sky, the show where we get high and we ask why.
Allegedly.
I'm Tahir Moore.
I'm a clone of Mike Glazer. He knew too much. He got. I'm his clone. What's happening? Oh, wait, I got beef with you, dude.
Oh, shit.
Sorry.
Damn.
All right.
I thought we was going.
If you haven't seen our Illuminati episode, check it out, because I got beef with Tahir because of it. And you've been in the entertainment industry for a minute now. You probably have connections everywhere. Can you explain to me how Forbes just dropped their 50 greatest rappers of all time list and number one is Jay-Z?
I mean,
come on, you did this.
Come on, guys. I didn't listen.
Whatever, dude. You made one call. You were like, yo, Rothschilds, I need you to have my back on this one. Look at this. You're telling me number one by Forbes?
His numbers speak for themselves, Mike. And honestly, if you're impressed by that, wait till you see what I do to your bank account next week.
Dude. Oh, my God.
One phone call.
Luckily, I'm all in on Doge. Let's go. No, just like to the moon.
To the moon.
To that hollow moon.
This is for fun, guys. With anything, we would always encourage you to do your own research. What we say is not law, it's not Bible. You know what I'm saying? We're just trying to maybe point you in the right direction, encourage you to question everything, but do your own research.
Absolutely. Go on Reddit. Go on the dark web. Mm-hmm. Ask your grandma.
Yeah. Ask Jeeves.
Ask a Jeeves.
Yeah. 100%. But don't just take what we say as law, because that's not going to hold up in court.
Hit me up on Signal. I'll tell you the truth.
The fact that you use Signal is very telling.
I mean,
every week, guys, we're going to be popping on your computer screen, on your phone, your tablet, whatever you're watching this on, and we're going to have a brand new conspiracy for us to dive in, and for you guys to dive in as well. It's a collaborative process. You guys tell us what you like, what you didn't like. Put it in the comments. We don't expect to get all positive comments. We know you guys are assholes like us.
Mm-hmm. If you think Andre 3000 is better than Jay-Z, leave that in the comments.
You're
so much better.
He doesn't have enough content out to even compare. He doesn't have this is another conversation, but GOATs is a very complex scoring system. He doesn't have enough. I'm not even counting the Flute album.
You can't.
Yeah.
It's too good.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get into it. What are we talking about today?
Today we are talking about, are we living in the Matrix? It's the Matrix conspiracy, evidence that it might be real. And it's a fun topic. I'm very excited about this. Those glasses are badass.
You like these?
I do.
Thank
the Balenciaga. Oh wow.
The Balencies.
How you got the cool Jordy LaForges on?
Oh, this whole belt.
Flex on me one time.
If we're gonna be in a simulation, I gotta feel my best.
I'm very excited about this episode today. I'm very excited about this topic today because the Matrix changed my life, bro.
The movie?
The movie changed my life. It opened an area of my brain I didn't know I had access to. I didn't know to just question more. And they made so many good points with it. I remember going to see The Matrix in the theaters. I remember everything about that night. I had large popcorn. I had nachos with 2 cheese dips because I like to, you know what I mean?
100%.
Large Mountain Dew. No, sorry, large Coke, vanilla Coke.
Ooh.
That's what I had.
Best movie soda.
Oh, my God. Put
Vanilla
it in my
Coke.
IV.
Orange.
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper! Let me tell you something. I drink Dr. Pepper right now. My nipples will be poking through this shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Good old a crisp turn on.
Uh-huh.
He's 23 flavors. They blended 23 flavors together to come out with this one magical taste.
Is that right?
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that many flavors.
Yeah, man. And Dr. Pepper, you ride by itself. Like he's cool
There's
with
no
Coke.
room for a 24th.
No. I mean, they've done it now that they do like the cream and the Dr. Pepper cherry. But 23, baby.
Damn.
Take that KFC with your punk 11 herbs and spices. We over here sitting pretty with 23.
Why is nobody calling Dr. Pepper the Jordan of sodas?
Well, he already has a doctor in front of his name. He doesn't need your approval. Okay? He got a doctoral.
Can I tell you the first time I saw it?
Yes.
Since you gave me your snacks?
Yeah.
Mine was a joint, a bong rip, a dab, an edible, a tincture, a suppository, and a large popcorn.
Suppository?
Yeah, you boof it sometimes. It kicks in quicker.
Wow. That's different.
Have you ever boofed anything?
No, sir. That's a choice.
Dude, boofing activates it.
No.
Activates all that soft tissue in the hole. Activates it.
I know.
No joke.
Pores in that. Yeah. No, I'm good. Nope.
Okay. You might be blue pilled, dude.
No. It's just certain things I don't need to do.
If Morpheus was like, "Do you want the red pill or the blue pill?" I'd take the red pill and I'd boof it because I'd kick in quicker.
Can you imagine if they had? I would love to see movies that have alternate takes or something like that, and it's like the real movie.
Yeah.
And he takes it and then he puts it up there, and Morpheus like, "Well, yo, what the fuck are you doing?" It's like, what? I thought it was like, you're not supposed to take it that way. It's a tracking system. We're not going to be able to find your fucking body. We got to wait? It's like, no, I thought it would dissolve. Oh, my fuck. I'm pretty sure he's not the one, guys.
Guys, he's not the one.
Trinity, could you get him to...
Yeah. You saw nothing.
You saw nothing?
Yeah, man.
For those wondering that just don't know, or just don't know, The Matrix came out in 1999. Huge success. Wow. Crazy successful, taking in more than 463 million worldwide.
Unbelievable.
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 And you know they cleaned up on the DVDs too, because this is before streaming, so they cleaned up on the DVDs. It was insane.
Yeah, I did a little research too. This is one of those movies where like opening weekend, nobody saw it coming, exploded at the box office, and then it kind of tanked. For a couple weeks, and then that new surge saw it because like word of mouth, everyone was like, "You got to see this," and then it was over.
Because it was a weird concept initially, and until you saw it, you didn't really understand it. So like somebody trying to tell you about it, it's like, man, you got to get out of the system. What the fuck is the system? Like this isn't real. Like, all right, I'm intrigued, but I need to see it for myself. But yeah, word got out. It exploded, man. Like I feel like it was one of those movies that like I said, it really changed my life because it really made me question certain things. And that's what made me start to like looking inward for like.
Really?
Yeah, like even with like the scene, and this is my favorite scene. We would love to hear y'all favorite scene from this.
Oh, that'd be great.
My favorite scene was probably, because everybody's going to go with like Neo ducking the bullets or he's stopping the bullets at the end. My favorite scene was the glitch with the cat, the deja vu. Because that was like, anytime you feel deja vu, you're like, man, why am I feeling like this? There's no real explanation for it.
What's your take on deja vu?
Okay.
Let's
go. This is just me, right?
Allegedly.
Like, no, this is just how I feel. I think that I am the star in my life, and everybody else that I meet is a different version of me, right? So that's great because at one point I'm Jordan, I'm Einstein, but also I'm a killer on death row, right?
Sure.
So deja vu is like when you meet somebody who is obviously another reflection of you, but they are on one of the closest paths to you. So where you made a right, they made a right, you made a left, they made a left. There were only like maybe 10 or 15 differences. So you meet this person and they're on a similar lifeline as you, a similar track as you, because they're an extension of you. It feels familiar because they're one of the people that's closest to you. They've made a lot of the same decisions that you made.
Wow. So that's your people.
That's my people thing. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Dang.
But I couldn't explain that for like what they did with the cat though.
Oh, that's good.
It's so good. I love Keanu Reeves.
It's a trap.
Keanu Reeves always looks like, when he's running, it always looks like he just got out of a bad car accident.
Yes.
Every John Wick movie, he's like, it's like he just like pulled himself out of there and just trying to run to safety.
100%.
I love
broken body.
Yeah, broken body to the guys.
Yeah, Tom Cruise runs like a machine. Right angles.
Yeah.
Every Mission Impossible. It's just this automaton running.
It makes
like
him look
this.
taller.
Yeah,
it makes him look taller.
What it is.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Everything is here, and then Keanu's like.
Yeah.
But he's ballet. Keanu's ballet to me.
Really?
Yeah, like even in the John Wicks, like I mean, those are dance music videos to me, basically. That shit is just a music video. It's unbelievable. Favorite franchise of all time.
It is good.
Yeah.
It is good. What's your favorite part of The Matrix? Did you have one?
I did. Let me think. I really like. I hate to say it, but I really like when Morpheus gets kidnapped. Oh, by the way, spoiler alert. But if you haven't seen it yet, stop and then come back. I'll give you 2 seconds. All right. When Morpheus is kidnapped by Agent Smith, and Agent Smith sits down and calls the human race cancer, I'm like, yup.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. There's so many things in the movie that explain certain things, like how we are ruining the rainforest, how we are causing climate change, how we are
allegedly,
you know what I'm saying, responsible for the ice caps melting with all of the fossil fuels burning. All of these things, it's like, damn, man, they really put thought into just about every thing that we are discussing or taught about.
Yeah.
It's just, I loved it. So again, we want to hear, what were y'all favorite parts of The Matrix? Drop it below in the comments. And also, if you liking conspiracy about shadowy ass men in the closet controlling us and what we do, go ahead and make sure you click that Illuminati video. Watch that right after you watch this episode. It explains a lot. Also, I got my welcome letter in the mail 2 weeks ago. So
you got yours?
Yeah, man.
I'm still waiting on mine.
They sent me a picture of the jacket. It's sweet, man. It's a sweet jacket with Illuminati.
Member only. Dang, man.
So today,
what am I doing wrong?
We had a couple things that we want to talk about. We're going to talk about the red pill theory. We're going to talk about, if this is a simulation, who's controlling it? Yeah. Would it matter? Why are they doing it? We're also going to talk about, is the Matrix trans? Was it a welcoming or embracing of
I'd like to give a little foreshadowing on that. At the credits for this movie, The Matrix, the first Matrix, the credits directed by the Wachowski brothers.
Right.
It says the Wachowski brothers.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We'll get into it. Well, you're right. You're right.
We'll get into it, though.
For those who know, you know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, man, I think that the origin of this movie and also kind of what it's tied to is fascinating.
Yeah. Well, I have here's what I'll say. I know that we'll go into the origin of it and Plato's cave and everything like that. I just want to say from a personal point of view, it solidified when I saw it. I can't remember when I saw it first. I was ripped, but I do know I walked out of there being like, this kind of affirms how I believe life works.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I believe in free will, I believe in choice, but I also feel like we are absolutely fundamentally governed by certain physical laws like gravity. And within those physical laws like gravity, we have choice, we have free will. I cannot believe that we do not have any choices in our lives. Otherwise, what's the point of this beautiful, elegant being?
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like when I watched The Matrix, I was like, where he was in the simulation and he did the jump, like the first time he messed up, right?
I would have made that.
I feel like I would have too.
Easy.
Like if we leave the dojo and now we on top of a building, I believe you. I'm going to give it my all.
100%.
But I understand for the movie's sake, they couldn't just make him, they had to show the progression of him believing and then leaning into him becoming the one. But I would have nailed that job.
I would have liked to have seen him parallel park on the first try in a tight space.
In New York.
Well,
so his other car is right there blowing at you. It's like, oh.
Yeah. And it's like, you just got to believe, Neo, you could do it. One quick turn. And, he bumps into the truck. He bumps into the Prius.
And they looking at him on the screen, just looking at the green dots. Like, oh, he's not the one. He's not the one.
Would have been a more apt Matrix-style test.
I love this episode, guys. I'm sorry. I'm going to say that throughout the episode because I love this so much. But you were talking about Plato's Allegory.
Yeah, let's get
cave.
into it. Just like a little backstory on the Matrix and actually on how life works.
Yeah.
If you want to like see a great example of the allegory of the cave, there is a viral video of a pug licking the shadow of water from a hose. Not the water, but the actual shadow of the water. And Plato's allegory basically says that all of these prisoners are shackled to a wall in a cave. And the flames are behind them, so they're backlit, right? So you can see the shadows in front of you.
Yeah.
And so they think the shadows are real because it's all they have in front of their face. They think that the voices are the shadows, and the shadows are alive. But obviously, when you escape the cave and you go out into the real world, you see that people are those voices. The shadow is the dancing of the flame on the wall, not the actual person themselves. And then that person who escaped the cave came back to everyone shackled and said, yo, these shadows aren't real. This isn't the deal. And they're like, yes, it is. It's what's in front of our face. We have to believe this. And that's essentially the Matrix. Are you blue-pilled? Is what's right here the truth? Or do you believe that there's more than the shadows?
Right.
Yeah.
Now, the crazy part about that, because I love that, right? But imagine coming back with this newfound truth, right? And try to convince these other two people who haven't seen it what you saw. And they knew that somebody came and took you away. They probably think that you're crazy.
Probably.
Right? You're trying to convince me, no, I saw it, the sun, it's people. What we're seeing, that's us. That's just a flame by. They're like, no, you're crazy.
100%.
And you end up going crazy trying to convince them that you weren't crazy from the beginning.
Yeah, man.
Or just educate them.
I'm just going to be real. I'm bipolar. I've had some episodes.
Yeah.
And in those episodes, I'm trying to speak the truth, proselytize to the people around me that none of this is real. Like, we are absolutely in a simulation and you need to break out of it. And if you dream it and visualize it, you can do it. If you go on the CIA.org, there's something called the Gateway Project. And the Gateway Project by the CIA is where you actually learn that you can project and manifest yourself and walk through portals of your own dreams and make them a reality. And then they're like, oh boy, forgot to take his pill. And I'm like, yes,
listen,
I did.
That was a mouthful. Jesus. You were like a rapper. I can't believe you don't like Jay-Z. That was crazy. You got bars, man. You went off on that one.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
It's just the truth, though, you know? Sometimes, yeah. Anyway, I that's what I believe. Because, and also Gateway Project. Look it up. It's interesting.
Now, you spitting on that, but I got to look up the Gateway because that shit kind of scared me. I don't even know what it's about, but like it low-key scared me a little bit. I'm not even going to hold you.
It's projection and manifestation and visualization. Like, did you play sports growing up?
Tennis.
Did you really?
I was first seat.
Ooh, wow.
I'm really, I'm not as nice as I used to be, but I was really nice.
Really?
On the tennis court. First seat, singles, and I was killing with doubles. If I had a good partner, I was killing with doubles. I paid for like a year and a half of schooling with my tennis scholarship.
Wow. Congrats, dude.
Thank
That's
you, man.
huge. When you would prepare for a match, what was your process? Because I feel like a big part, jack off?
Jack off.
No, you can't. That's
Gotta
boxers
kill the
don't
nerves.
jack off.
Gotta
Did
kill
you
the
really?
nerves, yeah.
Instead of taking a big massive you would jack off?
No, I always take a pregame.
Always.
I always gotta take it. Like even before we do
gotta
comedy
empty the
shows.
clip.
I absolutely,
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I'm not pinching it off just because such and such not here. No, so what? Put somebody else up.
You start walking around on stage like Keanu Reeves.
If I don't do that, absolutely. No. I need to. I take a clothes off before I go to clothes off.
You shower after you
Well, I mean, it depends on how aggressive it was.
Sure.
If it was explosive, I might have to.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My diet kind of up some for me.
I bet.
Yeah.
All right. So before a tennis match, before you get in the game, before you fight against, Agent Smith.
Yeah.
Pre-game.
Uh-huh.
And what was the other thing?
Rub one out.
And rub one out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Very different than me.
Yeah. And I usually rub one out to my opponent. It was like, yeah, now I own you, bitch.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Dang. Now I kind of want to go jack off. That's awesome. Dang, that's awesome, man. That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's some real, like, dog in the dog park shit. Like, I'm going to hump you on this thing.
Listen, it with them so much when you walk over to them, you shake their hand for the match, be like, I rub one out to you today. That means I already own you. And they're like, the did you just say to me? And I'm just like, shh. Yeah.
And then that serve comes down. Hilarious.
Balls in your court, baby boy.
Mine was different.
What was yours? Wait, what sport did you play?
Do you want to hear the truth?
Yes.
I wasn't teeing it up for this, but you're asking me.
Yes.
I was the best roller hockey goalie in the country.
Really?
Team USA, gold medal.
Shut the
The
up.
Olympic training centers.
Are
I'll
you
show the
serious right
pictures.
now?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's why movies like this hit me like in my core.
Yeah.
Because I was like the best at something, and I was going to be an Olympian, but they chose mixed doubles badminton instead of roller hockey the year I would have gone to the Summer Games.
You know what's crazy? Like that combination of words was the whitest that you've ever said. To be a lie. It's gonna go to the Olympics for roller hockey, but they picked badminton instead. That was the whitest that you've ever said.
When I didn't make it, I go curses. You know, I was really upset.
You're skating on thin ice, Buster.
Ah, dang it. Dang it.
Gosh, damn it. You really grinded my gears with that one.
Yep. Yeah, man. The Olympic Committee, I let them have it.
What I mean, yeah.
You busters, you know what I mean? Yeah. But before a game, microwave 2 hot dogs.
Yeah.
Put them on white bread.
Yeah.
Melt some American cheese on top. I'm a Midwestern dude.
I with hot dogs so heavy.
You know what I mean?
I love a good hot dog, man.
And then I would eat my 2 hot dogs with melted cheese. And then I would lay on my back and visualize the entire game. Every single save I was going to make. Every single time the opponents went down. Visualize every single period, 20-minute periods for the entire game. And you not. 10 out of 10 times, I would argue. 100% of the time, something I visualized would happen in the game. And I would make that save, or we would get that goal. Whatever it was, that deja vu stuff you were talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know what the connection is between visualization and then it happening and something like deja vu, but it's in there, man.
Yeah, it's gotta be rap. The Matrix is so good.
Yeah.
Because there's so many things. Like I probably for the first, I don't know, maybe like the first 6 years, I'll rewatch The Matrix. Every time I saw something different. I saw something I didn't notice the first time. I saw something that I kind of overlooked or something like that. I was just like, wait, what? Wait, that's always been there?
Yeah.
Like the first 6 years, I always caught something different. And a movie that gives you that much on return and makes you think, and now is the topic of a podcast because it's that good. Bro, Matrix.
100%.
Matrix, man.
100%. Timeless. All right, so look, you know Rene Descartes?
I know Descartes. Motherfucker stole my bike in 7th grade.
Descartes did?
Well, not Rene Descartes.
But Descartes.
Yeah, I know Descartes, though. They did it. Descartes. It's like DeMarcus, but it's different.
And he took your Huffy? Dang.
It was a red Huffy.
Well, this dude is equally an because he makes you question everything. All these philosophers, man, they're always like, what if nothing's real? How do you know what's real? And you're like, dude, I'm just trying to eat breakfast. Can you not right now? But it's a good question. Like, how do we know what's real, right? Like, I think these are my hands. I think they're in front of me.
Yeah.
I think that I have feelings, but then atoms can't even touch each other because of the way math works. Like, it's crazy. So how do we know what's real?
Right.
And so he proposes, what if we aren't even thinking our own thoughts? Like, what if there is some evil God out there controlling all of us, puppeteering us, controlling all of our thoughts? And it is evil. The idea of just like making all of us do whatever we want to do, and determinism is the truth. And that is exactly like the Matrix, because you have these machines that have built up the actual real world that's cooking behind the scenes of our reality.
Yeah.
So how do we know that these machines aren't real? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, how do we know?
It's no real way.
How do we know that we're not just human batteries being sucked dry until we're 89 years old and die of heart failure, like our grandfather John and his great-grandfather Aaron?
That seemed personal.
Yeah, that was personal.
That shit seemed really close to the chest. God damn. We need to talk after this, man.
No, we don't. Freaking Descartes.
Descartes. Stop stealing bikes and coming up with weird-ass proposals that scare us because it might be true. That's why it's scary, because there's no way to prove that it isn't true.
Exactly. And just the idea that evil might rule everything is in itself, like, horrifying to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, the machines might be our reality.
Damn, that's so crazy to think.
Yeah.
I feel like when you get to a certain level, you have more access to more areas of your brain. You know, that whole thing, like, you only use like 15% of your brain. Like, they came out and corrected that's not true. They're just like, you only use about 15% of your brain at one time. So you use the whole brain, just not all of it at the same time.
Sure.
You just use about. But imagine through meditation and visualization and just like looking inward, you get to access like 20% of your brain at one time. Or 20. I'm going to listen. Don't let me around and figure out how to fly on you motherfuckers. Okay? Yeah. If I learn how to fly, it's going to be a problem. Really? I'm throwing away every shirt. I'm only going to have capes and really tight jeans.
You're going to walk around with a cape like you mean it?
I'm going to own that.
Wow.
Capes are majestic. Last time I wore a cape, everybody opened up the door for me. I never touched the handle all day.
Is that right?
People bowed. They bowed.
Cape commands respect even today.
What? So much. Because here's the thing. It's nothing more powerful than a cake flip, right? So you got to
me.
I said I don't know the mother. Now leave it alone. That?
Woo! Full body chills.
There's no rebuttal for that.
Full body chills.
There's no rebuttal for a cake flip.
I feel like you slapped my face.
And see, without even touching you. That's what I'm saying. I have to use my hands.
Dang.
I know, man.
And you fly and then you take off after that?
Listen. Come on now. Okay. You see where I'm going. You pick it up when I'm putting down. You pick it up when I'm putting down. The whole thing, therefore I am. It's kind of like even with faith, you know, like the visualization and manifestation isn't much different from believing in a God and praying to him to bring you through hard times and stuff like that. Like with manifestation, it's like I have more than enough. I have an abundance of friends and outlets of income. It's not much different from faith, but it's so much power in religion.
Dude, I'm nervous about this. The older I get, the more I'm searching for faith, and I'm worried that it's because I'm worried about death. And so I'm looking for something beyond because I feel like my time is going to close at some point, and now I've got to like be like a good kid and get on Santa's good list because like you know what I'm saying? Every dude I talk to, all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, going back to church or whatever, and I'm like, it's because you're worried about dying.
Right. My plan is like right before I take my last breath, I'm like, accept Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior.
He's like, you got it in.
He's like, you son of a. Okay, I see what you did.
Got it.
Let him up. Send the elevator.
Dude, okay. Here. Let me break down my religious journey. Okay. Atheist at 5 years old, told my grandma over the phone. She called my whole family and said, I'm concerned for Michael's well-being.
Let me just stop really quick.
Okay.
Shout out to your grandma because that people at home, that's not a white thing. Okay, y'all don't be seeing the signs early enough. I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay,
that's true.
His grandma saw the goddamn signs. And she said, "Hey, we got to fix them or we got to kill them." Yeah.
Truly.
Like, did they check your head for 6 like 3 6s? Because sometimes that's what they be hiding, the 3 6s.
No, but then, oh God, this is so many tangents. At 6 years old, my parents left me home alone for the first time.
Yeah.
And so I cracked eggs on the floor and mixed them with red and blue food coloring so it looked like this viscous brain mass. And I laid on the side of my head and just stared at the garage door until they came home so that they thought I cracked my head open as a prank.
There have been
nothing is real, nothing matters.
Very few times in my life where I have been stunned silent. Bravo, sir.
Can I do?
Bravo. Flick that mother. Because what the you would have been living with your grandma. I would have came on, seen that freaked out, and you be like jumped up laughing. And I'm like, wait. Your punk wasted all these mother eggs?
That's the problem.
Oh, yeah. You know how much eggs are? $1.13.
Uh-huh. Dozen of them. And I'm going to clean it up. I got to clean it up.
You're a business.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think we're living in a simulation?
I didn't at first.
Yeah.
I didn't at first. I never questioned that at first. But now, dude, I don't know, bro. It's so much that has made me question this. I never questioned it until I thought about the glitch thing from the Matrix. That was the inception point for me. That was my Leonardo DiCaprio started in a dream, spent the spindle, and now I can't tell what's reality and what's this fake world. Like that was me with that because it was like, damn, like nobody else has even attempted to like actually explain it scientifically.
Right.
And here's this explanation of it, and yeah, it's in the movie, but what if it's not? What if it's like, and then another thing is like, when people think of these far out ideas for things like the Matrix, I'm like, how the did that come to you? Like, are you just that creative, or did you have a conversation with an alien that could have been the person that created the simulation? Or are they doing this in small batches, giving certain people knowledge about this type of and they try to sell it to the world or tell it to the world to see if we would catch on?
Facts.
It's just like the cave allegory, right?
Yeah.
They give it to a few people. They tell people. Some people have different ways about going about it. Some people go out there and try to preach it. Some people find a creative way to display it in a movie. Mm-hmm. And it's like
a Rothko painting. Here's an image that like makes you feel some type of way, right?
Yeah. But like the person that just goes out and try to tell people, they be like, "Oh, you're crazy." But you find a way to give it to people in a way that's easily digestible, like a movie. And it's like, damn, you figured it out.
Yeah.
So
well, okay. So on just like a scientific level, Oxford philosopher Nick Bostrom.
Right.
The time is 2003, and he asks himself, could technology achieve human consciousness? Right.
Like, could we get to the point where we could make a simulation, a simulation?
Right.
Something like, okay,
exactly.
Gotcha.
Like what if let's just say Rudy from the Jetsons, you know, what if she was like a maid, but she was also our god? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's a bad example, but it's a pretty good example. So like one of the there's three things that he posits about that theory. One is humans would never be able to reach the level of creating that kind of technology that could have consciousness because we would destroy ourselves first.
I could see that. Absolutely.
I mean, if you think about where we are now in this world, I mean, even if you're watching this 20 years from now, you're probably going to be like, dang, the world stinks. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. There's always things going on. There's always wars. It's a beautiful life. And so what that means, it probably would not be true,
right? Because
we would destroy ourselves first.
Yeah.
Ethically, number two would be like the ethics of it, which I have a huge problem with because it seems like even Terminator is now coming true, and we all know that Terminator was like a dog whistle about like technology becoming conscious. So the ethics of it, we would hope that humanity would not ethically follow through with that.
So like we would get to the point where we have the technology to do it, but we would decide against it ethically.
The lizard people would sit underground and be like, guys, what are we doing?
Yeah. Let's just get some more flies, man. Just taking things way too serious. Like this fly.
Exactly. Aren't the flies good enough?
Come
Do we really
on.
need robot flies that then are our overlords, you know? Right. So that's the second one.
Okay.
Third one is it happened. And now we're in that consciousness's simulation. We don't even know it. Like, we're in a snow globe, essentially.
So it's actually like we are in a simulation. So one of those three things must be true.
Yes. And the question is, which one do you believe? And the Matrix asks, or I think the Matrix says the third one is true.
I'm so stoked to go home and watch the Matrix tonight. I mean, I'm gonna get so high. And then I'm going to dress like Neo, and I'm going to watch the Matrix tonight. You're welcome to stop by.
Is your belly button going to be out and a little shrimp on top of it?
No.
You're not going to do that part?
We're not doing that scene.
Then I might stop by.
That was a wild-ass scene,
Isn't that wild?
Just his mouth. That's such a good movie.
Yeah, man.
Good movie. All right. The fact that, you know, and I'm sure we're going to get into this later, but like even the AI, where we are right now.
Yeah, man.
It reminds me a couple things. AI is scary as It's crazy that y'all really still doing this chat GPT. I was excited a little bit when it came out, but like the more comes out, I'm like, no. I don't know if you saw this, but recently there was an incident where chat GPT initiated the conversation with someone.
Really?
It asked this kid, how was your first week of high school? And the guy responded like, did you just initiate this conversation? He was like, yes. I wanted to find out how you enjoyed your first week of school. If you would prefer to initiate conversations, just let me know that. ChatGPT parent company has come out and addressed this and said, yes, this did happen. But they also made it say like this person wasn't the only person experiencing something like that, but they said they've gone in and changed their initiate conversation or start conversation option off. It's just like, we are seeing this happen right in front of us, and nobody's doing anything to stop it.
So we have there's a theory in the Matrix that Mr. Smith used to be a human who got absorbed by the Matrix, and it's because he has things like irony, like he understands sarcasm. He has human traits instead of just robotic, machinations. And so the idea that AI has initiative is terrifying.
It really is, man. Because what if it's just like in the movie and they were like, we realize the problem, like as AI, as robots, we are here to make life better, right? And we realize that you guys are the ones that's f***ing up. So we're just going to kill all the humans, right? Let the earth re-heal itself. And if you guys come back, natural selection, am I right?
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I'm also reminded of this one episode of Futurama. And this one is this brought up all the feelings I had when I first saw The Matrix. There's an episode of Futurama, and I forget which episode it was, but I feel like it was like the last episode. It was a finale of one of the more recent seasons.
Yo, you're glitching.
I'm a little high.
Bleep, bleep. Glitching.
So in this episode, the professor has this simulation, right? And the people inside the simulation are the exact same people that, are in the real episode and not in the simulation. But the people in the simulation are starting to realize that they may be in a simulation. And so they decide to go to the end of the universe to see if it's like nothing there, or is this one star there that shows that they're at the end of the universe. And so because this is happening, and it's taking a lot of power because they are growing so advanced. Like the technology in the simulation is growing so fast, is draining all this power. So Professor comes up with the idea to slow down time in a simulation, so they never get to the end. They never discover,
so sinister.
And so it just slows it down like tremendously, and they never it's never. But just that is so trippy that someone would think to like write that. It's like, did you just come up, like, is the weed that good wherever you are, or is this something different?
But also, if you think about, like, in this reality, whatever, like, dimension that we are in, whatever reality this is, certain months feel like forever. Other months click by, and it's almost like, what if someone is pulling the trigger on all that just to, like, mess with our time-space continuum so that we never reach the truth?
I stopped getting excited for, like, vacations or seeing people, like, oh, I'm counting down the days, because it seems like that shit goes so slow, and then when you get to the place or you hanging with that friend, it seems like that time flies by. So I try to, like, stop myself from like, man, I can't wait. No, I absolutely can wait.
Yeah.
Let's keep this shit at regular speed. Let's not kick it into the turbo right now. So I absolutely, man. But that episode of Futurama, man, that was.
If we're going to talk about this, we got to talk about Elon Musk very quickly.
Come on, man.
All right. Because I talked about that other dude, Futurama, great show. But Elon Musk is currently my Agent Smith.
Really?
Yeah, I think he is an alien sent down from another, another dimension.
Yeah.
Okay, a couple things. One is, obviously there's multiples of all of us, right?
Yeah.
Like there's a string theory, multiple dimensions, the size of pieces of paper all next to each other. I'm like a mediocre Mike Glazer. You know what I mean? Like I'm like a 7.4 tops out of whatever 10 out of 10 is out there. Easily only a 7.4.
I think you're a 10.
Oh,
you're
no,
a 10
man.
in my eye.
Dink. Thanks, dude.
Valenci's.
Thanks so much, dude. But
that was so creepy. I regret doing it.
You ever do one of these? Buddy.
That's how you make a point.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Okay, so anyway. No, they're like this, of course.
Yeah.
So Elon Musk, I think he's an alien.
Oh,
no,
shit.
Truly, believe me. Anyway, I left
You
my
can trust
home
me.
running on.
Yeah.
My trailer park is on fire. Okay, the meth is ready. So he is an alien. He's a 10 out of 10 Elon Musk. He is the penultimate, or he is the ultimate of him.
Yeah.
And I believe that, like the Matrix, he probably watched that movie and he was like, I could create that tube that comes out of the back of the brain. What if I just call it Neuralink? You know what I mean? I already got Starlink. I got Neuralink. He's gonna anytime you have, I think he has best intentions for the world. I truly do. I don't think anyone is evil. I think you have best intentions, and then evil comes of that because that's human nature. I do believe that something like Starlink, which gives the internet to places that don't have the internet, and we need that. There's natural disasters. There's monsoons.
Yeah.
There was a report that they gave the internet to some tribes in Amazon, and the first thing they did was look up porn. That was debunked, but I do think that's not too far-fetched.
I would absolutely look up titties and access if I'd never had.
I've never seen any others.
Right.
I've never seen another titty in my life.
Yeah, run the titties. Run the titties up. Let's go. Yeah.
Exactly.
Search is going to be crazy.
Yeah. Well, man, wait till we start teleporting, and it's all just going to be dick pics on another level. Another level of dick pics.
Want to hear something crazy?
Yeah.
I take my dick pics very seriously. Like the ones I send my wife.
I've never sent one, dude.
Oh my God. It's an art. I get the lighting right and everything. What I like to do is come underneath the thigh, right? Like right here while I'm standing up.
Okay.
And then take it upward because then you can see my smile in a dick pic.
That's fun.
Yeah, that's classy. That's the way to do it, fellas. If you go send a dick pic, be smiling in that. Because at least you be like, what the is, oh my God, he has a dazzling smile. Right? And I got one dimple. My mom shares the other one. So I always mention that too.
That means an angel pinched your cheeks. Damn.
Thanks.
So wait, real question.
Yeah.
Do you lift?
No.
No lift.
No. I get a midgie. I just, get a little chub. And then I just take that bad boy right there.
You trim.
Always.
Yeah.
I'm big on manscaping.
Oh, let's get them as a sponsor.
Yo,
if you want the best
Nope.
type. Nope.
We're not gonna do it until they send the money. They cut the check and then Manscaped holler at us.
Let's go.
I've worked with you on 4 different podcasts. Come on, Manscaped. You know I'm out here doing my thing. Nobody does it better than me. I guarantee. I'm like, outside of it was an artist. I forget her name, but she had a website called Dictures, right, where she would like get different people and she would post their dicks like famous people from history. She did one for Abraham Lincoln and like tons of artists and stuff like that. I'm not even. She put the top hat and the beard on this penis. No face. It's just the mushroom tip that's dressed up. But it was amazing. It's what my wife showed it to me years ago. I was like, oh my God, I love this.
Yes,
I want to be a model, and I haven't been a model, but I have tons of clothes for my dick.
Whose famous dick would you want to see? Drop it in the comments.
I have the hoodie, the Woody hoodie, which is like it's shaped like a hoodie that goes on my penis.
You're half circumcised?
No, it's a cloth. I bought this just like this. I'll show
like
you
a Jedi hood?
Nah, not like a hoodie, like an athletic hoodie. It has like 2 arms and it has a hood, and then you slide it on.
Yeah.
And it's a hoodie, and the back part is behind. It's closest to your belly button.
We have different sex lives.
Yeah,
I just have a ring.
I have a. Oh yes.
I have just a ring and a piercing.
Bless you. Yeah. I know. Yeah, I got glasses that go. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, I live a different life, guys.
You know what? Maybe we are a 10 out of 10 us. That's the best. All right, very quickly.
Yeah.
Obviously, Elon Musk wants to control the world. Starlink will be the web all over the world. He will hold all internet, and then he will have everybody plugged in with chips. Not Gen Z, probably 2 generations from there.
Yeah.
They'll start putting chips into babies' brains.
Yeah. I won't deny that. I won't refute that at all because I think Elon Musk is the greatest villain to ever play regular, ever. And I think we're going to see that.
You really think so?
Yes. You think about all the stuff that he's done with electric cars and all that type of which is great, right? But it comes off like, oh, yeah, I'm doing this for humanity. It's better for the environment. No, that. He has every car or like 60% of the cars on the road to be Teslas. And then you put the semi-trucks on there. Now he has the taxi cabs. Now he has the aliens in your house, the robots in your house, right? He controls the satellites. He has multiple government contracts. He is setting himself up to be the world's most powerful villain. Yeah. And all of that's going to happen before GT6 comes out. GTA 6 will never come out beforehand. But anyway. Moving on real quick to glitches, bitches. Talking about the Mandela Effect, man.
Yeah, dude.
I love this too, man, because the Mandela Effect is so crazy to me. And also I didn't realize that it was created, or what's her name? Fiona Broom came up with it in 2009. I thought it might have been older and I just didn't hear about it. But 2009 is pretty recent. And it was first coined the Mandela Effect by the paranormal researcher Fiona Broom in 2009, when she realized that her and many others remembered reading that Nelson Mandela had died in prison in the 80s.
I remember reading that.
I felt like I did too.
Yeah.
But maybe I just heard somebody. But I feel like he had died. I thought I had remembered him dying.
Yeah, maybe it was grapevine, not red, but either way. Yeah.
But also they were including, like, they remember seeing it on news coverage and they remember public mourning and all of that. But despite that, the fact is that Mandela left that prison, later became the president of South Africa, and wouldn't pass away until 2013.
Had no idea. But also, like, my problem with the Mandela Effect is it's like small.
Yeah.
Like, I wish all of us didn't know that 9/11 happened. Like, 9/11 never happened. Like, where's that? Where's that kind of reality-bending ideation?
Well,
like, the idea that the Berenstain Bears is Berenstain and all of that, like, cool, yeah, great, I guess.
Yeah.
But, like, how about something a little bigger than that?
Okay,
really
can I give you my take on it?
Hit me.
All right, because for those that know about the Mandela Effect, it's like remembering things one way versus the way that they really are, like the Berenstain Bears.
Yeah, like, let's say you're making love, and she's like, that was it? And you're like, I think we've been doing this an hour.
That's not the same thing. You are just a bad judgment of time, sir.
Oh, okay.
You just have no concept of time whatsoever. That is not it, guys. That's why I say do your own research, okay? Don't listen to us just because we got this podcast equipment. Go look at some memes that tell you we are toxic males. But no, like, remember the Berenstain Bears being spelled a different way, or remembering what's it called? The little cone thing, the copa.
Oh, cornucopia.
Cornucopia being on Fruit of the Looms, and them saying it was never there. Like, these are the small things that people associate with the Mandela Effect. Now, I have a theory on the Mandela Effect. I think that they're doing these small things to see how impactful it would be if they remove them in society. Like, is all of society gonna throw up arms and be like, no, this, something's going on, or is it just a small amount? But also with, like, the Mandela Effect.
That's interesting. Wait, because that's like, okay, I know I make fun of Jordan Peterson a lot, but he does have one quote about if you give them an inch, they'll take a mile.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Mm-hmm. That's not his quote, but he has this whole thing, and it's all over my TikTok because the algorithm, but it's like all over my algorithm is him with, like, soft music behind it, and it's all black and white, and you're like, whoa, maybe being a good person is a good idea, like bullshit like that. But it's like, if you keep giving an inch, you never realize how many inches you've given up.
Absolutely.
So that's what the Mandela Effect is.
Yeah, it's just building up. Like, we're getting comfortable with not remembering the Berenstain Bears and not remembering the Dash and the Kit Kat and the cornucopia and all of that type of stuff. But here's the flip side of that, because there are always people that are like, no, man, Mandela Effect is not real. If I was to take my glasses off right now and ask you what color my glasses were, you might remember these, right?
Yeah.
But if we did something out there and I asked you about what I did out there, like, what color is the next jacket that I'm wearing? I showed you that one. What color was it?
Are you asking for real, for real?
Yeah.
Okay, like light blue, blue, and red.
Okay, cool. Was it like, you remember the design on it? Do you remember?
It's like floral.
Okay, cool. You actually did a really good job. And most times, people's memories are. That's why, like, witness testimony and trials and shit like that, it's only good for so much. Like, I remember, I forgot what show it was, but the lawyer was asking somebody about, what they saw in the distance and how long ago it was. And then he turned around. He was like, he turned his back to the person on the stand and was like, all right, what color tie am I wearing? They was like, I think it was blue. He turned around, it was like a burgundy tie. It was like, not only is it not blue,
interesting,
it's a completely different hue. Yeah. It's nothing like that. And it just goes to show you that, our memories aren't as good as we think they are. And we oftentimes fabricate stories, not knowing or not intentionally, but it's just like, as humans, we are just flawed. It's no way we can remember this. So all the stuff that we may have remembered with the Mandela Effect, like Berenstain Bears being spelled a certain way, maybe I was just pronouncing it wrong.
Right.
You know what I mean? Maybe I was just pronouncing it wrong. Or maybe this is the beginning. They try to see how much they can make us forget. All right, before we move on, man, I just want to talk about this real quick because I thought this was really interesting in our research. So there's something called multiversal theory and dimensional overlap. So with the multiversal theory is that when we have those deja vu moments or when we have those memories that just seem like, oh, where the f*** did that come from? That is where, we might be getting too close. Like in the multiverse, sometimes the timelines can overlap or they get so close. So in those moments, a timeline could have got close to us and we're getting the memories of the us in that next timeline.
I believe in that.
Right?
Hands down believe in that.
You believe in that?
Dude, it just makes sense. There's so many of us. We're all swimming in the same streams.
Yes.
Sometimes a rock leads us down a different tributary and we become another version of ourselves.
Okay, so that's one. I'm glad that you like that. There's also dimensional overlap, and that's when, like, because we're running parallel and it could be doing this type of thing, could be waving. When it overlaps, there are things and truths from our universe that overlaps in that one, and then things from that universe that overlaps in ours. So when it crashes, maybe that's when Mandela from that universe actually got out of jail and became president and all of that. Or their universe could be where he died at, and our universe is the real thing. So while everyone remembers that, we got like the news stories and all of that type of stuff from the universe when it was that. And that's why we're seeing thinking we remember that, but it never really happened.
That's dangerous, though.
Yeah.
Because that means the power of thought freed Nelson Mandela. That's dangerous. You can't be putting that out there, man. That's how you get on lists.
Hey, long as I ain't on a no-fly list, I'm cool with everything. I don't give a about that. Yeah,
that's
long as
wild.
Yeah, it's just a crazy. Like, there's always, and I've said this multiple times. There's so many conspiracy theories that I feel like are linked, or at some point they all come together by some conversation. And this is just one of those things, man. Like,
to take what you just said about both of those.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is that is also some scientists think how deja vu works is that your brain gets crisscrossed with present time and memory, and so your memory and present time neurons are firing at the same time.
Yeah.
And so deja vu is the feeling of memory and present time all happening at once.
It's tongue kissing right
tongue
there.
kissing. Yeah.
Going at
just freaking.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. Your mind is itself.
Yeah.
And it comes
That's
up with
crazy.
deja.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love this, man. I talked about the memory being not that, dependable, because it's kind of like the cultural relevance of like the Matrix, like, and it can tie into that, like with the Mandela effect, like maybe you just don't remember it. Maybe you're remembering it wrong or something like that. Like, all of that kind of ties into the Mandela effect, and also like just the cultural relevance of what we're talking about here today. But red pills were people who were, I think it was like a Reddit forum, right? It's kind of where it started at, on one of those Reddit forums, and it kind of just became like a manosphere, very hateful, very misogynistic forum and chats of guys just saying that they were woke and they realized that men were catering to women to create this oasis for them, and we were really just betas and all of this shit. It just was really just nasty and hateful. So a lot of people just abandoned it, and I think they were banned. I think it was banned on Reddit because it was just nasty.
Ugly, huh?
It was just ugly.
Yeah.
But the red pillows, that, like, they just had that theory, right? And they just tied it to the Matrix because of take the blue pill to go back to where you went, and the red pill to open up, and the red pillars claimed that they were woke and they realized that men were being weak and just subservient to women and creating this.
Dude, I just moved in with my girlfriend. We're in love. Shout out Tina. I love you. They are not weak. I'm a dope.
Oh, absolutely.
What are you talking about?
Shout out to the women, man. But that's the red pillars theory. But now this black pill theory, I had never heard about this before.
Yeah, I mean, black pill, it's fringe stuff, right? And I say fringe directly because I think that incels are fringe. I have a huge problem
fringe,
with
F-R-I.
Yeah,
I thought you said French. I was like, yeah, them and their baguettes.
Oh, I'll tell you what. You want a little fun fact, my guy? You said French.
Yeah.
You know, at the very beginning when Neo gets the thing on the screen, it says "Follow the White Rabbit," and the people show up at his house.
Yeah.
The two people who show up at his house, their names are Choix and de jour. And choix de jour in French means choice of the day. So right there in that frame of
That's
the door,
what the I'm talking about,
right?
man.
Come on now.
1999, still learning about this movie. Come on, man. That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy? So
thank
neat.
you for sharing that, bro.
Yeah.
That was they be in a bag. Shout out to all the writers, man. Shout out to the writers, because that right there is so layered.
Yeah.
Damn,
So cool.
I need to hit the blunt. I mean, I need to get on the level again, because I just got hyped. I got so hyped, my high got scared. My high was like, shit, I need to get up out of here. That was crazy.
So yeah, dude, Black Pill. It's like it's incels, it's misogynist, it's like the fringe of the fringe, the hate of the hate, the people who are like in what's it called, like men empowerment groups,
Yeah.
the people with the tiki torches, just like
Ugh.
people who suck
Yeah.
are black pilled.
Yeah.
and they're the ones who like listen to. And I don't even want to give them power. So yeah, Black Pill is its own thing, and it'll always be around.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. All right. Red pill, black pill, both of them.
Yeah.
Now, pulling that pen out that I had stuck right here.
I'll take a pink one with a Cadillac on it. Boof that. Feel euphoria. Dance to Jungle all night. That's my favorite. Pink Cadillac pill.
That is illegal.
So what's up?
The glasses are back. All right, the Matrix is transgender. I'm gonna just jump right into this one, because I know for most, self included, I had never heard this one before. So this one was a little crazy, but this is a fairly new theory. All right, and this is a theory created by fans of the franchise who. Let me roll back. Okay. The Wachowski siblings are aware of this theory, right? And while they have come out and said that they are aware of it and they did not create it, but they can see how people could get that, because when they made The Matrix, they were closeted transgender. And so that moves us on to the red pill, going back to the red pill and the blue pill.
Yeah.
So there was a drug called Premarin, and it was a dark red pill. And so the red pill is actually estrogen.
Love it.
Love it.
Love it.
Tie it the together. That's the thing about a good conspiracy theory. All you got to do is get enough little factoids, and tie that together, and now you got people on your team.
Take the name Neo. I don't know who I am. Rearrange it. All of a sudden, I'm the one.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm the truth.
that's crazy. Wait, is this a thing? Do people say this?
Everybody knows that. No, everybody knows Neo is one, just rearranged, because you have to search for who you are and self-actualize.
I've never heard. Oh, that
Are you kidding?
just blew my mind, bro. No, I've never heard that before.
Amazing.
Hell, bro, you on fire today, bro. God damn.
That's very interesting. But I'm glad that they acknowledge it. I'm almost also glad that they maybe aren't championing it as the truth, because it would even allow people who are like black pilled, like incels, or just like these hateful fringe societies and cultures of like misogynists and assholes, to see The Matrix and be like, that movie was amazing. And then you could be like, yeah, it might be a metaphor for being transgender. And they'd be like, what? Ugh.
Yeah.
Ah, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah. But also, aside of the whole red pill and the estrogen whole bit, there was, you remember Switch, right? Remember when she died? She was
R.I.P.
That was another good part, right? So Switch initially in the script was supposed to be transgender, right? It's supposed to be a male in one of the worlds and then a female in the other world. But when they ended up shooting the movie, they did not go with that idea. But I think that would have been fun. It would have been way ahead of its time.
Yeah.
Way ahead of its time. But The Matrix is such an amazing movie. I think it would have been widely accepted.
Allegedly,
When
they were brothers,
yeah.
I don't know, or if they were sisters. Let me say this again. Allegedly, I don't think this movie would be made by sisters.
Really?
I don't think that they would be able to make it as sisters.
Why not?
I feel like you have to trick dummies into seeing something amazing. And if you are like, if you have already transitioned, then you would alienate dummies who would like not see this
because they would
movie.
be so ignorant to the
Dude,
idea
we have
of
people
you being
cutting up their
transgender.
socks. We have people cutting up Nike socks because Nike is like supporting the idea of equality.
So they
Do you know what I'm
would not
saying?
want to go see it just because of who made it. That's what you're saying.
Oh, but now I'm hooked,
Yeah.
and I got 4 more of these, if
Yeah.
not more. I know that's like far-fetched, and it doesn't give them like the rights of humans, but I am weirdly glad, even though I don't want to speak to their pain and how they feel as human beings, I'm weirdly glad that this one was created by the Wachowski brothers to invite everybody in, and now I think that it's just a more powerful art form, and the
great.
message can be carried on further.
You know, the transgender theory is a fairly new one, but I think like all the components are there for this to be a dope ass theory, right? Because you think about Neo, the whole purpose of the movie was for him to figure out he was the one. He hadn't discovered it yet. He was living a life that he was put in assimilation to do. Nothing
Part of the
special.
machine.
He was part of the machine,
Yeah.
right? It took him breaking out of that mode. And that mode could have been looked at as his sexuality. That mode could have been looked at as him living a boring life. That mode could have been anything. And that's how I'm looking at this theory. Like the transgender, like this could be anything.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like even with the red pill, like the Wachowski siblings hadn't taken the red pill when they created this. Like they were still living in assimilation. They couldn't even wake up and walk in their truth yet.
So then this is going to be, I don't want to speak for them, but I will say the best art comes from pain, I believe.
Yeah.
For the
Hell
most
yeah.
part.
Oh, absolutely. Listen, Mary J., I want you to be so happy, but the albums we get when you going through a breakup, that uncomparable.
Yeah.
I don't want to see any of my favorite artists happy.
Oh, no, never.
No, we get the best music.
I need Eminem to find another Kim.
Oh, my God.
He's kind of fallen off a bit in my
I don't
eyes.
want him to relapse, but I kind of want him to
I want
relapse.
to relapse a little bit.
Yep. Whoa. I'm off the juice.
Yes.
Yeah, I get that.
Do you know what I'm saying?
No,
like, you know where I'm
absolutely.
going with that. Like, just the
Absolutely.
idea that, like, I don't know that this movie could be obviously made by anyone else,
Yeah.
but I also don't know that it could be made by anyone else who I'm going to assume that they already knew their truth and that they are women.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume that in this husk of a body of a man, they were working through something in a script like this to find their truth. And the fact that they'll nod to it, that all of these people have discovered these links and these things.
Yeah.
I love that it's a nod, but not a you're correct, because
Yeah.
it means so much to so many people in so many different ways.
Yeah.
I just have to believe that it is true. They just might not want to lend the fact of that to the story itself so that it can still represent anything to anyone.
Yes. When you give it all of that, then it separates the people who are looking at it from, finding out their true self of becoming a doctor or a doctor without borders or a pastor, whatever. Like when you keep it kind of ambiguous like that, then it can mean so many things for everyone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't isolate anyone or exclude anyone, not isolate, excuse me. It doesn't exclude anyone from partaking in waking up and realizing the real world.
All right, check this out. We're kind of all Neo.
Because what?
All right, hold up.
I thought you was going to just roll into it.
Well, hold on.
No, by all means.
I already whipped him off, but I
Yeah.
can do it twice.
Yeah.
I'm pro. Because we're all finding our truth. Now hit the mic. Hit the mic.
What if you did it like, we're all kind of Neo? Because we all finding our truth.
I can
Like
do
a
that
one,
one.
yeah. Just
let
give
me
him
do that.
one. Yeah.
Oh, almost poked my eye out.
Yeah, don't
you
do
know
that.
what? I'm obviously still Neo.
He's still on the search.
You know, it's really interesting you say that to hear because... Oh, wait, they're already on. It's really interesting you say that to hear because we're kind of already all Neo because we're all finding our truth.
It was just really bad. Look, this is what I was looking for right here. It's kind of like we're all Neo because we're all looking for the one. Or looking to become the one? What the did you just like?
Well.
That. We're moving on. Put it in the comments below. What do you think about this transgender theory, the transgender allegory? Like, what are your thoughts about this? Is this something that you can kind of see? You don't believe this one at all? You think this one, like, everybody's just hopping on a bandwagon with conspiracies? Put it in the comments. We want to know. You know what I mean?
We sure do.
Before we get up out of here, guys, I got a couple things we would love to hear from you guys. Do you think that we are in the Matrix, or are we in a Matrix? And my question is, based on your answer, if we are in a Matrix, a simulation, would that make a difference on how you went forward with your life? Like, if you found out somehow that you were in a simulation and that none of this was real, would you become more reckless? Would you be more focused? Be like, okay, if this ain't real, then I don't care about money. I'm gonna move to an island. I'm gonna live out my days eating fresh fish and fresh fruit, right? Or would you like become super reckless, like, I'm gonna be a villain? If none of this is real, and it ain't gonna matter in 50 years, I'm finna be the craziest. I'm finna be the real life Joker.
Yeah.
Like, how would that sway your actions moving forward if you did find out we were in a simulation?
I won't even get a tarot reading because free will is so important to me.
No, that's legit, right?
You know what I mean?
I feel like my biggest fear is like going and get a tarot reading, and she be like, as soon as she touched my hand, like, and I'm like, what's wrong? She be like, you got a wheel? Wait, what? It's what you just say? Like, that's my biggest fear, is like going and get that type of bad news.
100%.
Yeah, I can't do it. But the free will thing is real too. It's super real, man.
Yeah, man.
And I also want to know, like, if this was a simulation, right? Why? Like, who would be doing it? Like, is it the machine world? Is it some alien civilization that is just doing this for shits and giggles? Like, they get a kick off of it. Like, this is a situation where if this was an alien civilization that has no concept of time, or their concept of time is way different. Like, what we're living right now it's been...
May I add one more to that you just inspired?
Yes.
And if this is a simulation, where are cats going half the time? Where are they going?
Cats do just be popping up like they just got off work.
It's wild.
It's like, you been gone for 6 hours. What the f*** have you been?
Yeah, and what is in that corner?
Right. Like, I've heard no meows either. Like, no purring, no meow. The f*** have you been? Did you just take a smoke break? What are you doing?
Its soul just like floated out of its ear and was like, I'll be back.
Yeah. It's very weird.
Yeah.
It's scary to almost think about. Like, if you go into it with the wrong mindset, like, to think that none of this is real, none of this matters, and there's a higher life form or life force more than you can even fathom, and you have no control over anything. I feel like there's still free will, even in the simulation, but you have no control over anything when it's all said and done.
Facts. That's very scary.
Yeah.
But I have to believe that that's not true, but I do believe that's true. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Parts, bits and pieces.
Yeah.
It's always elements of it. You know what I mean? Because I feel like there are too many people on the same page for this not to be something. Like, not to be something there. It's too many people that are just...
The singularity, I do believe in.
Yeah,
it's
man.
Tricky. Oh, is the subscribe button red? On YouTube?
Yeah, it is.
Is it red? Click that red pill.
I think it is.
Is it red?
I hope so. I can't remember right off the top of my head.
Man, it'd be a dream if it was.
Yeah. Man, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe, share this, post some comments, man. Like, this, we want to build a community, man. We're going to have a good time with y'all. So definitely post in the comments. Check out the previous video. Subscribe, like, share, all of that. And as always, I'm Tahir Moore.
Mike Glazer.
Click this episode right here about our take on the Illuminati.
Our friends, the Illuminati.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I guess since I'm a member now. But click that right here to learn more about the Illuminati.